writer and I've got notes. I'm a writer who likes to speak. What is 50 Rand to you? Sir, would you give me 50 Rand? Really? That's the first principle. No, it's okay. Yeah, I was so close. This article isn't about 50 Rand. It's about another trend or an influence in South Africa. And it was a social experiment I did on X, on Twitter. And it was really about proposing, when I published this article, we just launched or announced our new minimum wage, which is tragically low, even the most recent one. And I suggested that we pay domestic workers more. And the internet absolutely blew up. Hate mail all over the place. Primarily a lot of white men slurring at me on X, saying, we'll never do that. Or clean our own homes. And then their wives adding to comments, laughing, saying, that's never going to happen. It's a major problem. And basically I said that right now we've got 900,000 people who are domestic workers in this country. And if you've traveled anywhere else in the world, paying for somebody to clean your home, and an equivalent, like in the UK, their minimum salary would work out to roughly 20,000 a month. And we're paying 4, 5, 6,000 Rand. And I've called it a very unique type of formalized slavery in South Africa, and we need to fix that. But this is about infrastructure in South Africa, and we're cannibalizing our infrastructure just to sell it for scrap metal to put food on the table. I'm sure you've all seen that if you've been to Gauteng, which is what the next article is about. There's no vaccine for this. Not about COVID. It's about the state of Johannesburg. Who lives in Johannesburg are waiting for racists to die? I deal with the subject of racism quite a lot. It's a massive influence in this country, and I did that with Kedebone. Just under it is the Cybercrimes Act 19 of 2022. Ladies, and goes on to say, we aim to achieve this by providing sensible advice and tailored solutions to help achieve your commercial and personal goals. Sensible advice sounds like a politically correct phrase. I'm sure a great deal of the work you do is in client education, yes? Yeah? Is a sensible client more the rarity or the more common? How the clients have been in the last few years? Be honest now. Okay. It then goes on to say we provide excellent auditing and business financial advisory services facilitated through solid and accessible relationships with our clients. If you are to trust Google reviews, you'd be correct. All 6 of them. It's only 6 reviews. With exception for Ferdinand. Ferdinand said you're overrated and inefficient. So you need to deal something about Ferdinand. But if you look at Ferdinand's comment history, you'll see he's a bit of a Karen and all he does is complain. Are also going to struggle now and in the future, because all your businesses do look the same online. So let me rather talk about your industry through the looking glass of the industry at large. Now, very few businesses in your field are harnessing current innovations, not fully, and this is really hurting SMEs. Will the 233 firms in your network today still be around in 5 years' time? How about 15 years' time? Will there be more? Will there be less? Do you even know who the future clients will be? Time continues to change the workforce, but something unique for South Africa, and we need to take it into consideration for your sector, is the post-apartheid dynamic, the 9 wasted years, and of course now our government of national unity. There's also hidden wars. I know we all know about the wars in Ukraine and elsewhere on our continent, many wars taking place on our continent. But there's also a great tech war. We've also got religious wars and wars for resources. These are going to affect all of your clients and therefore affect you. Petrol stations. Do you think petrol stations, and we've got 33,000 of them at the moment, will be around in 30 years' time? Absolutely not. 33,000 businesses guaranteed to shut down. What's going to happen to those properties, to that land? S Foundation, the South African Accounting Authority, what will these entities be like in the future? What will their mandates be? How do they respond to new tech? So let's explore some innovations that might be in your future or already creeping into your present. DeFi, decentralized finance, avoiding banks altogether. I think the future will be dominated by client-focused applications in your sector. websites and applications. Why is there no unified app for your group yet? A master app. Does it cost too much? No one's taken that initiative? A genuine question. Everything is moving into the subscription business model, and something your industry should probably consider can now be fully automated with the right technology stack. 77%. Imagine 2/3 of the people in the room gone. There's a saying, I'm not sure who came up with this, it may actually have been me. There are lots of people doing things with great efficiency that don't need to be done at all. There are lots of people doing things with great efficiency that don't need to be done at all. In many ways, the event today is about how to face the future head on while ensuring humans still play a part. I know this sounds sensational, but the truth is it's not. Look at the banking sector, another sector I like to give as an example. They now employ more tech nerds than actual bank tellers. What do you offer over these threats? I think now more important than ever before is to take your clients out for coffee. Another threat which you cannot avoid, but you need to create a culture within your firm to innovate and be interested in technology, AI and data analytics. I'm not proposing that you all become experts at ChatGPT, but like talking to a mechanic or a doctor, you need some basic knowledge. A few quick videos can bring you back up to speed, or the Mazanzi's AI manual, which I mentioned earlier on my site. Failing which, your industry must embrace Gen Z. Who's ever conducted an audit on a YouTube income? Anyone? No one? Interesting. All right. TikTok? No? All right. You might think these are trivial, but people are processing huge amounts of money through these platforms. Who knows the app called OnlyFans? You, sir? Got a smile? No? You have a... No? Okay. Clear. Does anyone know the app? Honestly. Okay. Very shy. All right. So OnlyFans has paid out $20 billion since its inception. $20 billion. There's a South African OnlyFans creator, Exoli Mafeka. I don't suggest you Google her now. She's earning 90,000 Rand a month. No one's auditing her. Even our postal services, which could use technology to actually survive, isn't because of political influence. Trust is another influence in your sector, as old as gold. I'm not talking about the trust your clients have for you, but the trust you have with your technologies. For us internally and also for our clients, we need to buy into new solutions. The fact is, if you don't innovate and advance, you are not offering the highest levels of standards. Sort of like a law firm who doesn't want to use AI or software for things like discovery. You're actually offering a substandard service. I believe we're needing to move into a cashless society, which is very different to a society without cash, which is what we think we are at the moment. Many people feel cashless is prejudice to the vast majority of our population in South Africa. We always need to think about these things. I disagree with that, though. I think it's only prejudice to criminals or people who don't wish to pay tax. Deloitte has developed Deloitte blockchain. Ernst & Young using robotic processing automation. Thomson Reuters, they've got an app or program, OneSource. Blackline is leveraging AI. Float is a cash flow forecasting software. Cyber Reason is protecting people in your industry from cyber crimes, although in South Africa I recommend cyberdefenders.co.za. In conclusion, your industry will survive. I believe it will prosper, but the firms that do will be those that innovate and engage with technology now, with a focus on client-centric services for their clients. Ngiyabonga, Nkosi. Bye, Danki. Thank you very much, everyone.